Become mentally strong, harness the power of thought to conquer any challenge. There is no greater tragedy than a life lived aimlessly. Most people drift through life like a ship without a rudder, tossed by the waves of circumstance, hoping that someday the wind will blow them to a destination worth reaching. But hope on its own is not a strategy. To be mentally strong, to command the power of your mind and spirit, you must start with one essential ingredient: definiteness of purpose. Definiteness of purpose means having a clear, firm, and specific goal. It is knowing what you want in life, exactly what you want, and committing all your energy, thoughts, and actions toward achieving it. A person with definiteness of purpose does not wake up wondering what to do with their day. Their time is not spent chasing distractions or being pulled in every direction. Instead, their days are designed, their thoughts aligned, and their steps calculated to bring them closer to their goal. Mental strength is born from this clarity. When you are definite in purpose, you are less likely to be swayed by fear, doubt, or the opinions of others. You begin to develop a powerful inner compass that guides your decisions. You no longer waste energy on things that do not serve your purpose. The mind, when given a definite aim, begins to work like a magnet, attracting the people, resources, and opportunities needed to fulfill that aim. Napoleon Hill often said, "There is one quality which one must possess to win, and that is definiteness of purpose, the knowledge of what one wants, and a burning desire to possess it. That burning desire is what separates the ordinary from the extraordinary. It fuels persistence. It generates faith, and it sharpens your ability to say a no to anything that threatens to distract or derail you. Without a definite purpose, even the strongest mind will become scattered and ineffective. You may possess talent, intelligence, or ambition, but without direction, these gifts go to waste. But with a clear purpose, even modest ability can be turned into incredible success because energy is not wasted. It is concentrated like a laser. Take the time to sit with yourself and ask, what do I truly want? Not what others want for you, not what is expected, but what you desire with such intensity that it stirs your soul and refuses to let you sleep. Once you identify that purpose, write it down, speak it, feel it, feel it. Make it the center of your thoughts and actions. Let it be the heartbeat of your day. Definiteness of purpose is not just the first step to mental strength. It is the foundation upon which all personal power is built. It gives your life meaning. It gives your mind direction. And with it, you unlock a level of strength that no obstacle, no failure, and no fear can ever overcome. The mind is a garden. You are the master gardener. You can choose to cultivate flowers of faith, courage, and purpose, or you can let the weeds of fear, doubt, and negativity take over. The truth is simple, yet profound. If you do not take control of your thoughts will take control of you. Most people go through life unaware of the silent power that shapes their destiny, their inner dialogue. Every thought you think, whether positive or negative, leaves an imprint on your subconscious mind. Over time, these thoughts shape your beliefs, your habits, your emotions, and ultimately, your results. If your thoughts are constantly filled with worry, anger, or self-pity, you will feel mentally weak, emotionally drained, and spiritually defeated. But if your thoughts are directed toward hope, purpose, and persistence, you will find strength even in your darkest moments. Your mind is like a powerful machine, but it is neutral. It does not care whether you feed it with thoughts of success or failure. It simply accepts what you give it and turns those thoughts into your reality. This is why control is essential. You must become the conscious commander of your mental ship. You must take the wheel. Start by observing your thoughts. Listen to the words you tell yourself every day. Are they building you up or breaking you down? Are they fueling your confidence or feeding your fear? Mental strength is not a trait you are born with. It is a discipline you develop by training your mind to think thoughts that serve your highest purpose. Every time you catch yourself thinking a negative thought, replace it. Don't just reject it, override it. If you think, I can't do this, immediately respond with, I am capable. I have everything I need to figure this out. If you catch yourself fearing failure, tell yourself every failure is a stepping stone to my success. This conscious substitution of thought is the daily exercise of the mentally strong. Napoleon Hill wrote, "You have absolute control over just one thing, and that is your thoughts. That control is your greatest tool. You may not be able to control external events, but you can control how you perceive and respond to them. Your outer world is a reflection of your inner world. Master your mind, and you will master your life. But make no mistake, this is not easy. The battle for the mind is constant. It requires vigilance, it requires repetition, and it requires faith. Faith in yourself and in the power of your thoughts to shape a better future. Train your mind like a warrior. Defend it from the invasion of negativity. Surround yourself with ideas, people, and environments that uplift your thinking. Choose thoughts that empower you every single day. Because in the end, you don't just become what you think. You become what you allow yourself to think consistently. Control your thoughts, or they will control you. Now, the choice is yours. Faith is not just a spiritual concept. It is a mental force, a state of belief so powerful that it can move mountains, transform lives, and build unshakable strength in the face of adversity. Faith is the foundation upon which all mental strength is built, because without belief in oneself and in the possibility of success, even the best plans and efforts will collapse under the weight of doubt. Napoleon Hill wrote, "A faith is the eternal elixir which gives life, power, and action to the impulse of thought." In other words, faith is what breathes life into your dreams. It is what transforms an idea into a mission and a desire into a burning obsession. Without faith, goals remain wishes, and wishes fade with time. But with faith, goals become inevitable. You do not merely want them, you expect them. Faith is not blind hope, it is not fantasy. Faith is an active force built on clarity, repetition, and emotional conviction. You develop faith by feeding your mind daily with affirming thoughts, empowering beliefs, and the conviction that success is not just possible, but certain. You don't wait for evidence before believing. You believe, and your belief draws the evidence into your life. When challenges arise, and they always will, faith is what keeps you from giving up. It is the voice inside you that says, "Keep going. This is part of the process." Mental strength means not folding under pressure, and that strength is powered by faith. Faith says, "I may not know how I'll win yet, but I know that I will." That kind of belief gives you endurance. It silences fear. It allows you to act boldly even when the odds seem against you. Think about the great achievers in history. Every one of them, without exception, possessed an unshakable belief in their vision. That belief did not come from guarantees or favorable conditions. It came from within. It came from faith. They saw the goal long before anyone else could, and they walked toward it even when the path was uncertain. Your faith must be in two things, in your purpose and in your power to fulfill it. That faith must be stronger than your fear, stronger than your circumstances, and stronger than the opinions of others. Faith is the armor of the mentally strong. It protects you from discouragement, it shields you from doubt, and it keeps your mind focused on the victory ahead. But faith, like a muscle, must be trained. Feed it daily. Speak words of belief into your own mind. Surround yourself with stories of people who overcame the impossible. Read, listen, reflect. Whatever you must do to build your inner certainty, do it relentlessly. Because once you truly believe in yourself, once faith becomes your foundation, nothing can break you. Obstacles become opportunities. Failures become fuel. And your mind becomes a fortress, unshaken by the storms of life. Yes, faith is the foundation of mental strength. Build it, and you will stand firm no matter what comes. When the winds of life blow hard and the path becomes steep, it is not talent, luck, or intelligence that determines who rises and who falls. It is persistence, the unwavering determination to keep going, no matter the obstacle. Persistence is the twin sister of strength. For without persistence, even the strongest mind will eventually surrender. Mental strength is not the absence of difficulty, it is the refusal to give in to it. Persistence is the heartbeat of every strong mind. It is the inner fire that refuses to go out, even when the storms rage. You may fall, you may fail, and you may grow weary. But if you persist, you cannot be defeated. As Napoleon Hill said, A victory is always possible for the person who refuses to stop fighting. The truth is, success rarely comes to those who are the smartest or the fastest. It comes to those who are the most determined. The world is full of talented people who gave up too soon. The mentally strong persist where others quit. They understand that setbacks are not signs of failure, but tests of character. Each obstacle is not a wall. It is a challenge to prove how badly you want what you claim to desire. Persistence is built through discipline. It is a daily decision to keep moving forward, even when progress is slow or invisible. The mentally strong do not expect instant results. They are not seduced by quick wins or discouraged by temporary losses. They play the long game. They are relentless. But persistence is not just about grinding endlessly. It is about learning, adapting, and growing stronger through every attempt. Every failure teaches you something. Every delay builds your patience. Every no gets you closer to a yes. The persistent mind turns frustration into fuel and doubt into drive. Consider this: when you persist through discomfort, you're not only getting closer to your goal, you are transforming into the kind of person who can handle success. That is the unseen reward of persistence. You are forging a new version of yourself, stronger, wiser, tougher, and no one can take that away from you. Remember, every great achievement in history was built on persistence. Thomas Edison failed thousands of times before inventing the light bulb. Abraham Lincoln lost countless elections before becoming one of history's greatest leaders. What kept them going? Not guarantees of success, but a deep inner strength rooted in relentless persistence. You must develop the same mindset. Decide that you will never give up on your dreams. Commit to taking one more step every single day. When you feel like quitting, remember why you started. When the journey gets hard, remind yourself, this is what builds strength. Strength. Persistence is not glamorous. It is often quiet, lonely, and difficult. But it is the secret ingredient behind every success story, paired with mental strength that becomes unstoppable. So persist. Persist until the door opens. Persist until the path clears. Persist until your strength becomes unshakable and your dream becomes real. Defeat, to some, it feels like the end. To the mentally weak, it is a reason to quit, an excuse to turn back, and a confirmation of their fears. But to the mentally strong, defeat is something entirely different. It is a blessing in disguise. It is the great teacher of life. It is the refining fire through which strength, wisdom, and resilience are forged. No one climbs the mountain of success without stumbling along the way. Every great man and woman in every field of endeavor has faced defeat, not once, but often. What separates them from the rest is not that they avoided failure, but that they embraced it, studied it, and grew stronger because of it. Napoleon Hill wrote, every adversity, every failure, every heartache carries with it the seed of an equal or greater benefit. This is not wishful thinking. It is a law of mental strength. Defeat, when looked at through the right lens, reveals truths that success often hides. It shows you where your plan was weak. It teaches you where your belief. If you are constantly consuming negativity, whether through toxic media, fearful news, or discouraging conversations, your mental garden will soon be overrun with weeds. But if you fill your days with uplifting content, empowering teachings, and positive affirmations, you are watering the seeds of strength and purpose. Create rituals that support your mental environment. Start your day with intention, gratitude, reflection, or a few moments of silence. These small habits condition your mind to stay grounded and clear even when life becomes chaotic. Write your goals, speak your affirmations, visualize your success. These are not empty exercises. They are tools for cultivating a strong and focused mind. Also, be aware of the environments that drain your strength. Is your workplace filled with negativity? Does your home lack peace and order? Are you spending too much time in digital spaces that leave you anxious or uninspired? Wherever possible, redesign these environments. You don't always have full control, but you always have influence. Add uplifting music, inspirational quotes, or calming spaces to your daily surroundings. These details matter. They shape how you think and feel. One of the most powerful strategies for building a positive mental environment is to contribute positivity yourself. Be the encouraging voice in someone else's life. Speak life, not limitation. When you become a source of positivity, you naturally attract others who do the same. Your mental environment becomes a circle of strength, each person lifting the other higher. Never underestimate the impact of your surroundings. They are either strengthening you or weakening you every single day. Choose wisely. Protect your mind like you would protect your most valuable treasure. Because that's exactly what it is. When your mental environment supports your growth, your confidence soars, your clarity sharpens, and your inner strength becomes unstoppable. Surround yourself with light, and your mind will rise to meet the greatness that is already within you.